Welcome to the James Rice Show, a humorous, entertaining, and sometimes thought-provoking look at teaching and studying abroad. Join the conversation as James guides you through his experiences and provides insights into how to improve your English and how to improve your teaching of English. And now, here's the man you've been waiting for, James Rice.
So, how do you like your eggs? A special announcement from Hominins Weekly and the Crazy Russian Dad and Doxing, all coming up on the James Rice Show. Hello, my students, and welcome to this week's episode of the James Rice Show. It is a pleasure to be coming to you today from Toronto, Canada. I am James, the author of the Study It ESL textbooks that you can download on any iMac, any iPhone, iPad, all of your Apple products. And I bring this up because Apple is in the scientific news, and we're going to get into that in just a minute. But I do want to talk about an amazing show we have. We have Anesh Daya from On the Spot Language, and he has a new segment for us called the Focus Sentence. And we're going to be bringing him on a little bit later. We're also going to be talking about doxing, D-O-X, dox, to dox somebody. And that's coming up a little bit later in the show. You want to listen to that. And we also have a special announcement for teachers regarding Hominins Weekly. And they were on last year in the podcast, and they have an update on what they're doing. So you've got to listen in. And YouTuber Crazy Russian Dad is making a return appearance on the James Rice Show. But first, as you guys know, I love Apple, and I use a lot of Apple products. And I'm using Apple for my textbooks when you can download these Study It ESL textbooks on your Mac, MacBook, iPhone, iPad, etc., etc. And they're in the news this week because engineers have figured out, and it's from Columbia University, I believe that's where they're from, and engineers have figured out how to take the signals from your brain and turn them into speech. So that means you can think and other people will hear your voice without opening your mouth or using your tongue. What? Yeah, they're using speech synthesizers and artificial intelligence and all sorts of engineering stuff to get into the pattern of activity, that electrical pattern of activity that is in your brain, and they're turning it into speech. Now, what does this have to do with Apple? Well, the doctor, one of the doctors, as part of this team from Columbia University, is using the same technology from Apple's Siri to give the verbal responses. So they're thinking it, and kind of Siri's saying it. What the heck does that mean for the future? Could you imagine? You are sitting there and you're thinking, I want a hamburger, I want a hamburger. And suddenly Siri says, do you want a hamburger? And how did you know I was thinking that, Siri? No, I'm not suggesting that. That's just a joke. But they're using that same technology to take the thoughts from your brain and turn it into speech. And all sorts of possibilities. Obviously, the first one is with people who perhaps have had an accident. Maybe they are in a coma, which means they're sleeping kind of forever, and they could attach this to their brains, and you could hear their thoughts, especially if you were family members and trying to connect with somebody who maybe can't speak, and you could hear their thoughts. And it's amazing. It's amazing. So that is quite Cool. So, Stephanie, I know we got a busy show, so we got to get to all of these people that are going to be on the show. Stephanie, our producer here. Hello, Stephanie. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in, of course, to the James Rice Show. Our top listeners for last week were from Brazil. Obrigado. Thank you, my Brazilian friends. Yeah, they remain number one, the number one James Rice Show fans. Canada, number 2. US of A, number 3. China, number 4. And Mexico has returned to the top 5. Arriba, arriba. Hello, my Mexican friends. It's wonderful to have you back. And I do want to shout out to 2 cities, Jeddah in Saudi Arabia and Auckland in New Zealand. Those 2 cities have a really high number of James Rice Show listeners. As we're starting to get better with our demographics, we're able to kind of zero in on specific cities. And I want to say hello to the people of Jeddah and the people of Auckland. All right, so as I mentioned, we have this special segment from Anesh Daya, who is from On the Spot Language, and he is going to help you guys with a special focus sentence. Now, it's a sentence that you can start to practice and use right now. All right? And we're going to have that segment coming up. But first, we're going to have the crazy Russian dad.
But anyhow, dear students, I feel for you. English, very hard language, okay? Very hard language. Like, your tenses alone are just brutal. It's like 20-something tenses. Present continuous and present indefinite and past perfect and like, I don't know, I am having, I was having, I had, I have been had, having been had, should have done. I don't get it still. But it's just tough, okay?
The Study It textbooks are the first ever completely digital and interactive English as a second language textbook series. Once downloaded, these textbooks do not require a Wi-Fi connection. Students and teachers can use them anywhere, anytime. Used in over 40 schools, universities, and NGOs worldwide. Study It is the future of English teaching. Visit www.studyitbooks.com for more information.
Welcome back to the James Rice Show, and I'm very happy to welcome Mr. Anesh Daya from On the Spot Language. Welcome, Anesh.
Thank you again for having me, and Happy New Year to all of you James Rice Show listeners out there.
Yeah, thank you for being on the New Year's special, too. That was awesome.
That was a lot of fun. You definitely had some epic guests with Miss America, the crazy Russian guy, and I was happy to present from Kensington Market and to give a few tips. And it's going to be an exciting year, including us see your transformation in weight loss.
Yes, I'm not ready to reveal that yet.
I'm more interested in who this trainer is. He seems like quite the guy.
Oh, he's tough, I tell you. He's tough.
All right.
Yeah, Trainer Saber. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, so Anesh is going to be bringing us another interesting focus sentence for you, my students out there, that will help you guys to learn and practice your English. So what are we learning this week, Anesh?
So just to give a quick review for any of those who don't know, Anesh, what is a focus sentence? Well, basically a focus sentence is a useful or functional sentence that actually you guys will be able to use right away in a real life situation. So today, we're going to teach you, or I'm going to teach you a useful focus sentence that if you go to a restaurant, and there are so many focus sentences that we use at restaurants when we take our on-the-spotters every week. And a useful sentence today that we're going to teach is something to do with asking about breakfast. How do you like breakfast, James?
Food, eh? You have to talk about food, Anesh.
I know. I'm sorry, Coach Saber, Trainer Saber out there.
Trainer Saber wants me to eat meat for breakfast, chicken and turkey.
Well, common in North America, as you know, we love our brunches. And more importantly, we actually like getting a good deal. And
True.
so there are so many places in Toronto or any other city in North America that you go to, and you can ask people, excuse me, do you have any breakfast specials? Do you have any breakfast specials? Or I heard that you have a breakfast special. Is that true? I heard that you have a breakfast special. And they go, yes, actually, we do have a breakfast special. And they'll tell you the deal. Should they have one?
Right.
And
Yeah.
so usually when we take our students to order breakfast, they'll say, okay, you want the breakfast special. So usually, what do you think comes in a usual breakfast special, James? What would you say?
I would say it's probably bacon and eggs and toast.
Yeah, that's exactly
Maybe
it.
maybe an omelet.
Yeah, you could get any kind of eggs. You can get sausage or bacon, or you could even choose the kind of toast, whether you want white bread or whole wheat bread, which some people say just brown bread, or you can get rye bread. You
Or
can get all sorts of
gluten free now.
yes, yes,
Gluten free bread.
absolutely. That's also very common nowadays. Absolutely, gluten-free bread. And so, one of the sentences that the waiter or waitress may ask you is, "Well, in the breakfast special, um, how do you like your eggs? How do you like your eggs?" And this is an interesting question because, like, I don't have any eggs. What do you mean, my eggs? Like, how do you like your eggs? Like, how do you like your shoes? Oh, my shoes are great because I have them, but I don't have any eggs. But actually, it's an interesting way of saying, you know, how would you like your eggs cooked? So, how do you like your eggs? Or how would you like your eggs? Or how do you like your eggs? Which means, how do you like your eggs cooked? So,
Right.
today's focus sentence, if you guys go out there and somebody asks you, or the waiter or waitress asks you, how do you like your eggs? You can say, I like my eggs blank. I like my eggs. Mm. So, for example, I like my eggs sunny side up. How do
Oh,
you like your eggs, James?
I like my eggs scrambled. Yeah.
Ooh,
So
yes.
what does sunny side up mean? What does that mean?
So sunny side up is when you see so the egg has two parts. It has the yellow part inside, which is the yolk, Y-O-L-K, the yolk, and then you have the egg white, which is the surrounding area. Now the egg yolk is facing or pointing up. So you can
Yeah.
actually see the yolk, Y-O-L-K, facing up, and that's sunny side up, just like a sun that you can see.
Right, right. Exactly. And scrambled is when they, mush all the eggs together
There
and
you go.
it's kind of fluffy eggs. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
What
And so
what
there
are
are
what are some other kinds of eggs out there?
you read my mind. So some other types of eggs is, if you flip the sunny side egg over, you get over easy. So how do you like your eggs? I like my eggs over easy. I like my eggs over easy. So that means it's almost like a fried egg. So it's sunny side up, flipped over, and just slightly cooked. So it's still, if you put your fork in the egg, it's still a little bit runny.
Yeah, the yellow yolk runs out.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's over easy. Now, a lot of people, they like poached eggs. So you could say, how do you like your eggs? Could I get my eggs poached? Could I get my eggs poached? Or I like my eggs poached. I like my eggs poached. Now, poached egg is basically when you take hot or nearly boiling water, you crack an egg inside the water, and then you take I guess, a kind of spatula with holes, and you strain it, lift it up, and it's slightly cooked on the outside, but it's very runny. I don't
Yeah.
know how else you could explain
Yeah,
poached.
that's a tough one to explain. Good job.
All right. So if they ask you, how do you like your eggs? You can say, I like my eggs poached. I like my eggs scrambled. I like my eggs sunny side up. I like my eggs over easy.
Man, I'm hungry.
And then they might ask you actually, would you like bacon or sausage? And you say, oh, in that case, could I get bacon or could I get sausage? Or they could say, what kind of bread would you like? Or what kind of bread would you like? Then you'd say, could I get white bread or could I get whole wheat bread? What other kind of breads do we have?
Yeah, those would be the two most common for breakfast. It would be white bread or whole wheat bread, but you can also get English muffins.
Yes.
Those are
Yes.
good
Usually,
too.
I guess when you get an eggs Benedict, it comes on an
Oh,
English muffin.
yeah. So the
And
eggs come on the English
basically,
muffin.
eggs Benedict is basically, you get the English muffin with the poached egg, and then you get hollandaise sauce,
Ooh,
nice kind of creamy sauce, and usually it comes with ham,
right.
and that would be basic eggs Benedict. But
Wow.
yeah, but that's a separate order. Usually,
Yeah,
the common breakfast, like you said, is like eggs, bacon, and toast. And usually,
right.
it comes with, in English, we say home fries,
Oh,
not French
yes.
fries, but home fries, which are basically little cubed potatoes that are fried. And sometimes there's some seasoning with it, but yeah, you call them home fries.
Yeah, not
Uh,
French fries.
no,
Home
um,
fries and French fries are different, students.
very, very different. Yeah. So if you go to a breakfast in North America, usually it comes with, for the most part, home fries, and it's good.
Now, I do recommend to everybody out there listening to, if you go to the restaurant and order the breakfast special, to get only one because it's huge in Canada and America.
Yeah, and interestingly to that point, James, is actually when we go with our students, they're like, why are they giving me 3 eggs? I can't finish 3 eggs.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, and they're like, no, I just want one. They're like, sorry, anyway, it comes with 3. And they're like, oh, okay. And actually, you can see the eggs that our students ordered when you check out our video, which I guess will be attached to this podcast.
Yes, Anesh is very kindly going to share his video of his students practicing this focus sentence, correct?
And I love that, just because usually it's the teacher talking, and it's nice to be able to imagine yourself. How, if another student is using the sentence, what does it look like? How does it sound? And this is why I think it's great when we make videos with on the spot languages. We really try and showcase the students using the sentence, not just the native English speaker talking.
Yeah, and you have more of these videos on your Facebook page, correct?
Absolutely. So if you go to On the Spot Language on Facebook, we have a whole bunch of videos on there. And if you just type in On the Spot Language, one word, in Instagram, we also have lots of videos on there. And fortunately for you James Rice listeners, we're going to have the video on the James Rice Show page.
Yeah, he's happily sharing the videos so that we can post it up there. But he has a lot more on his page and on his Instagram page. So you can get an idea for it on my page. And if you like it, go on over to check out Anesh's On the Spot page.
And my task for everyone today or this week or whenever you hear this is maybe put a comment yourself and tell us, how do you like your eggs? And type out, I like my eggs blank. So don't write blank. I like my eggs poached. I like my eggs scrambled. How do you like your eggs, everyone? Tell us.
All right. So that's your homework, guys. That's your homework. So thank you very much, Anesh, for joining us. That was an amazing lesson.
Anytime. I love teaching focus sentences, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right. Take care, Anesh.
All right. Bye.
Hi, James Rice students. It's me, Cara Mund, Miss America 2018. Now, learning a second language is never easy. It can be difficult and it's sometimes frustrating, but I want you to keep listening to Teacher James and keep working hard. Never give up.
Welcome back, everyone, to the James Rice Show, and I'm very pleased to welcome Homophones Weekly founder and creator Bruce Warden back to the show. Welcome, Bruce.
Hey, thanks, James.
And now, Bruce, you've created the Facebook page Homophones Weekly. Maybe let's just do a quick review. What are homophones again?
Homophones are words that are spelled differently, but have the same pronunciation and different meaning.
Okay,
So words
and
like words like
example.
your and your with you apostrophe re and your, there and there. What is it? There and there. I guess there's three of those words
Now,
like that.
yeah, now it's been very popular among teachers. You're telling me.
Yeah, they teachers love these things, right? I think a lot of English as a second language teachers and elementary school teachers. This is a subject in English class. They talk about words that sound the same but are spelled differently. So it's nice to have some visual help for that.
And so you've created a product for teachers. Can you tell us about the product?
Sure. I picked out 30 of what seemed like the most useful ones of the bunch. I did hundreds of these drawings, so I picked out 30 of the top ones that I thought would be the most useful for teaching in particular, and had them printed up as posters. They're 8.5 by 14 posters, so they're not huge, but they come in a pack of 30 of them, so you could wallpaper a whole wall full of these things, your classroom or your office or wherever,
or your college dorm room.
Yeah, your dorm room, right? Outlandish Press in Cleveland printed them for me. They're really good small print shop, and I'm really happy with them.
And so how much are they?
You get 30 in a pack. They're $25, so it's under $1 each plus shipping. And they're available at my Gumroad page. That's gumroad.com/blackmarketbooks. And you can find them on there along with all my other books and everything.
So Gumroad is Gumroad?
Just like it sounds. Yep, Gumroad.
Right. Gumroad books, right?
It's gumroad.com. Gumroad's like it's just a website that sells creator-owned comics and books and things like that. You can sell digital products or physical products, and so I've got the posters are for sale up there. So it's gumroad.com/blackmarketbooks. That's my page is Black Market Books. That's my company.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you. And you were last time we talked, you were working on a book based on homophones. How's that going?
That's still going real well. Chronicle Books has it. We've gone back and forth. We came up with a new title, so it's a lot of the same drawings from Homophones Weekly. We tweaked some of them. We've made a lot of them better, and we've given the book a new title because Weekly made a lot of sense for a weekly blog, but doesn't make a whole lot of sense for a book. So it's now called it's called Homophones Visualized. But it's a lot of the same. Yeah, pretty snazzy, and it's got a lot of the same drawings, and we're sprinkling some color into them. They were all black and white illustrations on the blog, and we're sprinkling some color in right now. So that's where it's at right now, and it should be ready by summer or fall. I don't have an exact release date yet, but I'll be sure to let you know.
Have you gotten any feedback from teachers or students about the homophones drawings that you've got out there?
Yeah, I've gotten lots of nice letters from people who've printed them up themselves and used them in their classes. I had someone who printed a whole bunch of them out and gave them to their grandfather or something for like a birthday party. They had a whole homophones themed birthday party, which
wow,
not sure I can quite picture, but people are really, really responsive to these things, and they asked me a lot if they could have them, in poster form, and it took me a while to figure out what they wanted. If they wanted like a giant poster with a whole bunch of little drawings on them all in one, or individual posters, or wasn't really sure, so I had to ask for some feedback from teachers and whatnot about what would work best. So
so they could basically teachers, you could have a homophone a day. You can have a different poster each day for a month.
For a month, yeah, you could.
That could be your theme. Could be homophones.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear how people use the posters. I mean, they're out. I just got them back from the printer this week, so the first batches have already started mailing out, and I haven't heard how anyone have used these exact posters yet. But I'm hoping that they'll be a little more professional than what people can do on their own, just printing out from the website. Those images on the website they're fine for the web, but they're pretty low res when it comes purposely low res. So printing them out, you can't do anything really big or striking with them. But these posters should look pretty good.
Your Facebook page is Homophones Weekly. Weekly is spelled Weakly, right?
That's right. Wah, wah.
So you can follow along Bruce's Homophones Weekly. He's always got great homophones that go up there. I really enjoy it. I follow your page and really enjoy it. Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. So we look forward to hearing about the book when that's ready to go. And for now,
let you know.
The posters, $25, gumroad.com/blackmarketbooks.
That's right. We got it.
All right. Thanks so much, Bruce, for coming on.
All right. Well, hey, thank you.
Have you subscribed to James's newsletter? When you subscribe, you will receive a free Study It ESL textbook. Visit www.thejamesriceshow.com for more information and join today.
So lots has been going on in the world these past couple of weeks, and one of the big events was related to Catholic high school kids in America who were confronted by a Native American activist in Washington. Now, it was all over social media, and if you Google, Catholic high school kids in Washington, you might see it. And it was a big, big controversy. And part of the controversy is because the first reaction by the news media, Trump's fake news media, was that the boy was racist, and he was evil, and he was the worst human being ever. And CNN, New York Times, Washington Post, everyone in the media and around the world on social media came out against the boy. And even many celebrities got onto Twitter and said some really horrible things about the boy and his school. And in the end, it turned out the media was wrong. And they attacked the boy, the family, and the school so much that there were death threats, bomb threats, and the school had to close down for part of the week. It was crazy. Now, there's a lot to this story, and I encourage you to check it out. Check it out online because, it was a little bit of fake news there, and that's what Trump was saying. A lot of fake news going on, and it was a little bit fake, and the media jumped to all sorts of conclusions that were wrong and incorrect or exaggerated. Anyways, just Google Catholic boy versus Native American, and you'll see lots of the videos. But what I want to talk about is some important vocabulary that has come out of this controversy, and I want to share that with you guys. All right, now, one very important word is dox, D-O-X, and to dox someone means to publish their home address and personal details, like a phone number. You could publish their phone number online, and the purpose to do this is to hurt someone. And in this case, many celebrities, not necessarily the news people, but celebrities wanted to dox this boy. And that's how we use it in a sentence. They wanted to dox him. It is a verb. And doxing, putting someone's personal information out onto the internet is just not cool. It's just not cool, especially when the media is attacking them. So a new word, dox. Now, another word that's come out, another expression, is digital lynch mob. Digital lynch mob. And this is another word or expression that has come out of this controversy. Now, a lynch mob in the old days was a group of people, citizens, everyday people, not police, just everyday people like you and me, who would go out on the streets and they would kill. They would kill someone they thought were bad. Okay? So, for example, a lynch mob decides that you have done something bad. They will go out as a group and they will try to kill you. And a digital lynch mob is kind of similar. So when the social media digital lynch mob starts attacking someone, they basically want to silence them. They want to erase them digitally. They want them to disappear forever. And oftentimes, people do end up deleting their Facebook page or their Twitter account because they've been under attack and they want to disappear. And the digital lynch mob has been successful. So watch out for that online. I mean, I know many of you are online in the media, or in the social media rather, and you see some of these things, people attacking other people. And it's a digital lynch mob. It's happening in the world today. All right, the last expression that I want to discuss that came out of this is digital citizenship. Digital citizenship. Now, this is very important for young parents or future parents, especially. I think this is an expression you need to get familiar with, and it will become more and more important in the coming years. So when we teach digital citizenship in schools, we are teaching students to be good people online, to be safe, and to use technology, social media responsibly. Just like in the real world, we would treat people with respect. We would not hide behind some fake disguise like a fake nose or fake hair in my case. And we should be doing the same thing in the digital world. We have to be ourselves. We don't and shouldn't and cannot create fake Twitter accounts and fake Facebook accounts just to attack people. And believe me, people actually do attack me with fake accounts. I mean, I have no response. I don't know who they are. They don't say anything. They're just fake accounts. And they could be real people. Obviously, they're real people who don't want to show their name. Okay, well, if you don't want to show your name, then don't be on social media. Don't hide behind something fake and attack people. Basically, in my mind, they are just cowards. But you also need to protect yourself and be safe, just like in the real world. In the real world, if strange people are harassing you, if strange people are saying bad things about you, you might walk away or you might call the police. And in this case, you might delete them as friends in your online world, or you may report them to Twitter or Facebook. So, my students, watch out for these words: dox, digital lynch mob, and digital citizenship. And you heard them here on The James Rice Show. We'll be back after this.
Hi, James. This is Eddie Castroneves. I want to send a message to all your students. I understand you are an English teacher, which is great. Please don't judge me right now because my English is not very good. But in the end of the day, I'll get my message done. So this message is to all the students and the kids that you have right now. So if you want to be somebody, in the future, so for you to be a champion, you have to act like a champion. Remember that, okay? You got to work hard, you got to dedicate, because in the end of the day, it will pay it off. All right? Hope you guys have fun. All the best.
All right, Elio. Thank you so much. That was Elio from Brazil. He is an F1 race car driver, champion F1 race car driver, and He is on Dances with the Stars. Yeah, he's a dancer now. So, retired F1 champion, and he knows what he's talking about. So, listen up when he speaks. Now, I want to make a correction. Yes, I did make a mistake earlier in the show, and I want to correct it. I talked at the beginning of the show about Hominin Weekly. But Bruce, who we had on earlier, he has something, a website, a Facebook page, and he's coming up with books and posters and everything called Homophone Weekly. So you might have caught that mistake, hominin and homophone, and you might say, James, what is the difference? Okay, so I'm going to tell you, since I got myself into this mess. A hominin is two words that are pronounced or spelled the same way but have different meanings. And there are many, 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 but there are different types of hominins, and that's where we get into a homophone. A homophone is a type of hominin, okay? So homophone means two words that are pronounced the same but differ in meaning or spelling or both. So, for example, flower and flower is a homophone. It's also a hominin because they are in the greater sense of the word, but broken down into the meaning, they are specifically a homophone. So they are pronounced the same, but they differ in meaning or spelling. To make you more confused, a homograph is another type of hominin, and that means they're spelled the same but differ in meaning. So, for example, pitcher. All right, there is a baseball pitcher and there is a pitcher on the wall. Spelled the same but differ in meaning. So I apologize to Bruce because it is Homophones Weekly. So that's what he focuses on. They're pronounced the same way but differ in meaning or spelling. So check out Homophone Weekly. It's a cool Facebook page, and he's expanding it. And so teachers and students, great way to learn and improve your vocabulary. And actually, I was putting some stuff out on Instagram a week or two ago, and I talked about improving your vocabulary. And my suggestion on Instagram was you guys need to use a thesaurus. Thesaurus. T-H-E. T-H-E. Thesaurus. T-H-E-S-A-U-R-U-S. Thesaurus. Many of you carry around a dictionary or an electronic dictionary, or you're using Google Translate, but you are not carrying a thesaurus. And you can get an app to download a thesaurus app. And the best way to improve your vocabulary is to use a thesaurus. And you can look through to find words and find synonyms of those words. So instead of saying big, it's big. James is big. Canada is big. You can say huge or enormous. And that is the same word as big. James is enormous. Canada is huge. Okay, now you've got three words to describe something that is very, very, very large. All right, and it's a fourth word. And you've just increased your vocabulary. And when I was younger, I had a thesaurus. Some of you older teachers out there may remember Rodgett's thesaurus. That was what I used. And I used it all the time when I was writing. And that really helped to expand my vocabulary. So download the Thesaurus app and start using it. And it's a great way to improve your writing and improve your vocabulary. Even if you're doing something simple like a Facebook post or an Instagram post, search through the thesaurus and see if there's another word you can use to practice and improve your vocabulary. Yeah, great tip. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up the show for this week. It was a busy show, wasn't it, Stephanie? Yeah, we had a lot of guests, a lot of people on the show this week. So thank you, Stephanie, for all your hard work bringing them together and putting the show together. Stephanie does an amazing job. And I want to thank you, as always. We have more great shows all lined up for you. To bring you great content for 2019. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the James Rice Show. It is much appreciated, and it gives me great pleasure to bring the show to you. And remember, be crazy.
Thanks for listening to The James Rice Show. Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter and send us your questions or comments at www.thejamesriceshow.com.